Okay, this will be a quick overview, so a short review, and like I said, I'll be updating all my reviews in the future, very detailed on every Bible that I have. This is the Rock of Ages Study Bible, made by the Rock of Ages Ministry. It's in genuine goatskin, and it has a calfskin liner. From what I can see here, it's a very, very well-made Bible, and it is the very softest I've ever seen. I mean, you can roll this thing up, put it, and literally, you just kind of do that. You let it set like that, and it'll go back. It keeps its form, and you can see the natural goat skin. It's a very, very natural goat skin and very soft. And then you have that beautiful grain from the calf skin. So calfskin liner with a goat skinned shell, goatskin shell. Then you do have the 5 traditional raised hubs, and that gives you a 7 sealed book. And I think some of you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. I purposely gave it an aged look. Some of the gilding is gone. The gold gilding is gone. I did that on purpose because, man, it actually looks beautiful. I didn't know. I was like, I'm just going to give it a try. And it came out better than this camera's portraying, I promise. It looks like an old Bible sitting on the shelf, and the thing is, it's not. It's very new. But I love the look, that vintage, like it's been used type of look on it. Unfortunately, and here's some, I guess, I'll give you some ups and downs. On the downside, I'll give those first. The dimensions that they probably gave Abba to do the Bible are a little bit, come up a little bit short. There's not hardly any yap at the top. This came like this because of the pre-cut was a little bit too thin compared to up here, a little bit inconsistent, not bad. I think what they could do, and what I'm going to ask them if they could do in the future, if they plan on keep on making these, and I hope they do, is put a yap there. Just maybe not even a half inch. It could be, a 1/4 inch more from what the dimensions are now. They would never have that problem when they're inserting the text block. But by looking at what they used here to insert it, it looks like Abba has even done that part, or at least sent the liner that way, because it's all Abba material. It's got to be. Just if anybody's familiar with Abba binding in Mexico, you know what I'm talking about. And of course, the pages, I got to tell you, this has to be like a 36, 38 GSM. It's very thick, and it's a very nice fill. This is very sturdy. And another thing that brings me back to the Abba thing, now these are some of the ups, is that this binding, when Abba gets a Bible, they reinforce that spine. I mean, it feels like a tank right here. I mean, it's like a solid brick. I mean, all right here on the Bible is just solid. I don't like hitting my Bibles, but I was just trying to give you the idea of what that feels like. Okay, but it still has no problem with the weight of the paper to lay flat. And you got some margin here for notes, and I guarantee you with a micron pen or anything that's archival, there's even some. I'll just stick with it. With the micron pen, you're not going to have no problems writing notes in here. Now, this one personally, I decided to give it the vintage look on purpose, just because I'm going to kick this Bible around. I'm going to beat it up. I'm going to use it for preaching, street preaching. I'm going to use it for nursing home ministry, prison ministry, all of those things. And then within a year's time, I can do another review on how it's held up, because I think it's going to hold up really good. What I would do, if you guys are buying this for, like just you want a premium Bible, it is that I would ask the ministry if they could maybe inspect one, make sure that the text is inserted correctly, where you won't have the problems I do. Personally, it doesn't bother me because I know what I'm using this one for. It's going to be for exactly what the purpose they use it for. That's for prison ministry, street work, and all that. The notes are really good. There's a lot of theological notes, but more notes on helping you understand just the chapters and the verses, what it's covering, but more than anything, it actually uses notes that could teach it does teach doctrine, but also convicts the Christian, and convicts you to live a mature Christian life. I like that. In fact, I'll give you one example that I had posted earlier on my Facebook page. In the Old Testament, in Genesis 1, a lot of people would start arguing if the gap, what if you want to call it gap theory or gap fact, that's fine with me. I'm kind of on the fence on that one. But I'm not even going to get into that. It's not the reason for this. Anyways, without form and void. Now watch, it doesn't go to a theological position. Rather, it convicts somebody about salvation. So some suggest that verse 2 demonstrates a type of the lost person who is in darkness until the Spirit of God moves them to turn to the Lord Jesus. Man's life without God is a waste and void and full of darkness. Only Jesus Christ gives light and life. Very, very good stuff. But you do get your doctrinal notes, but every time they give a doctrinal note, just about that I've seen so far, you have an emphasis to mature. You have an emphasis to witness, like a conviction to witness more, to do this more. And it's just amazing. It's almost like you definitely tell a preacher put this together. But I really encourage you guys. The paper's amazing. Unfortunately, the one I got, the gold gilding was not that great. After talking to them, they get a few like that. So this ain't like your R.O. Allen perfectionist Bible, I guess you can say, or like local, like church Bible publishers, where they really pay a lot of attention to detail. It seems like this one is, and it might just be this one, and that's kind of what they told me, that not every single one is going to be, bound, as good as we would like. Let's just put it that way. But guys, I'm telling you, if you want something that I know just by feeling it, knowing who was involved in it, this thing will last lifetimes. I think this is probably the most sturdy text block I've felt, besides, church Bible publishers or something like that. But this one is it's just a brick. It's a brick, and it's got that nice leather. See how the leather naturally just went back to its form? What else can I say about it? Well, you got a great concordance. Names of God is over there. You got a great concordance, guys, and you got great maps. And I don't know what to say about this. I mean, there's a lot of good to say about it. Unfortunately, I didn't get one of the cream of the crop, ones. I think there was just a few minor things, and so I have more ups than I do downs in this Bible. I think it's a really great Bible. Is it worth $156? I absolutely think so. That's with shipping too. But if you're OCD to the bone, I would have them ask if they're able to. I don't know if they can. I'm sure they would. If they would just, look at the Bible before sending it to you, making sure all the specs are right and the text block was inserted correctly and all those things. To me, this is going to be beat up. This is the one I'm going to mark in, write notes, highlight, preach from, do whatever I can in the prison ministry. So I like it. And I would say hold off before buying, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to be me and Rex. I'm going to send Rex some Bibles from these folks. I'm going to get one of everything they have. And we're going to do reviews. Because I know there are some, like a Calfskin Bible, that is done by Abba. And it's actually bound by Abba. So it's not just sent, like the materials are sent from Abba, then they're put together. But it's actually print by Abba. And the Calfskin one, guys, they did pay much more attention to detail on that. So that might be more for the collector or the person that just wants a really fine Bible with the study notes that's found in the Rock of Ages Study Bible. So with that vintage look that I put there, I'm also probably going to change these out for 2 or 3 gold ribbons, which would match the Oxford look from so many years ago. I guess that's all I have to say about it. It comes in a really sturdy box. This is actually more sturdy than my R.L. Allen boxes, and I think it's because of this gold cover they put over the cardboard. But I really like the box. And it's nothing fancy, but it's definitely tough. I don't think it's going to rip in these areas here like my R.L. Allen boxes do, and some in the Common Man's Reference Bibles, the cheaper boxes. But altogether, for $156 shipped, it's a great Bible. But like I said, if you're a little bit concerned because of the downs I did point out, like I said, they told me that doesn't happen often, but it does happen. So if you want to hold off, I'm going to get a couple more of these. And hopefully by this time next month or at the end of November, I'll have the whole line, and so will Rex, and we're going to sit there and review these so you can see 2 different reviewers reviewing this in much more detail. All right? Well, I already took up almost 10 minutes, so I'm going to get off here, guys. Appreciate your time, and look at that. If you guys only knew how this is just amazing how soft this thing is, though. When Rex said it's more than liquid, this is I've had rebinds I've felt some rebinds from some really good brothers that do good rebinds, and this is softer than any rebind or Bible I've ever had. It's just crazy, but that text block is so strong and tough, it'll hold up to it. And since Abba reinforced that spine, you're not going to have problems with it just because it's such a floppy cover. It still holds its own because the text block is so reinforced and just solid. It's a tank Bible, guys. This is perfect if you want a Bible to write in, to mark up, just to kick around, one that's going to be with you every day wherever you go, or for certain ministries you don't mind accidentally dropping it. Of course, Goatskin is great for that. It's a lot rougher, but still like soft. It's just a lot rougher and can take a better beating than Calfskin, which is good because the Calfskin's on the inside, and Calfskin's very soft, and since it's not exposed to the element of dryness, you don't have to worry about conditioning it as much. But this is the perfect Bible for street work and prison and just all around workhorse Bible. I've already said a lot and already rambling. All right, guys, good day. God bless.